down the seam today, the type of play that you're excited about making on a regular basis, would you say?
Yeah, I mean that's a throw we've been working a lot this offseason, so it was pretty cool to execute that today down the field. Yeah, knew exactly where he was going to throw that with the leverage I had on the guy, and that was really cool to see. So we'll definitely build on that.
What has to do with the cohesiveness that you guys built up, like even in private workouts done in Atlanta this year?
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. I mean that's the throw we end on every time we're in those workouts, routes versus air type stuff. So. Like I said, really cool to hit that in a practice setting, and obviously we'll want to progress that and keep going with that.
We'll talk to you in the spring about being more impactful inside the red zone. What's your sense on what will allow that breakthrough for you individually, whether it's things you've worked on or things that the offense will allow you to do?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both there in that setting. Being put in situations, friendly situations, obviously in the red zone, being used in the low red, things like that, and. Yeah, so I think just part of the schematics of it and things that I've worked on with releases and things like that, that'll all help with me in the red zone.
What's the tight end group? What's the room like now? It's changed quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, still great guys. Ryan Griffin's been a great vet to come in, and I've learned a lot from him in terms of, especially in the run game. And, he's been around in the league for a while now. And you got James, who's also been around and see some things. And we got a couple of young guys, too. So, we have a great group. I've been having fun, and everyone comes to work every day, so it's been a lot of fun.
What gives you confidence that this could be the Bears' best offense that you've played in so far?
Well, I think the willingness for everyone to work, and everyone's kind of come in every day wanting to get better and things like that. And so I think, along with the schematics that we've had and guys buying into this culture that Coach Eberflus has set, I think can be really good for us this year. Yeah, well, we hit people next week, so we'll know pretty soon. What I like about it is that you can do a lot of things off the run for the pass, and I think that sets up well for tight ends and receivers. And you get guys on your heels. You get guys running. You're getting off the ball, and it's a fun run system. I mean, you can see that with San Francisco. How Minnesota's been running it. So definitely friendly for not only tight ends but the offensive line as well, and can help receivers get open in the pass game.
And that sets up well for Justin.
Absolutely, yeah. Use his legs and all that stuff. So, yeah, I think he can set up well.
With Justin now in this spot as the established starter, for you guys as targets, is there a more natural timing kind of improv with the routes you're running and kind of that natural chemistry that comes with time?
Yeah, for sure. I think, with a quarterback, the more time you get with them and routes and feel, the better off you're going to be. So now we've had, part of last year going into this whole offseason, OTAs, the 6 weeks we just had off, and now into camp. There's just more time to grow with him, and we'll just continue to grow throughout this training camp.
How would you describe the challenges of last year where Justin, was coming in kind of as the starter midseason, and he had to get that extra work just to really develop that kind of chemistry? What were the difficulties for you guys?
Yeah, just not knowing, like a throw like today that happened down the middle, like that doesn't happen last year. We were working with another quarterback the whole offseason, and, Justin obviously came in. So it's tough. It's tough on guys, to get a rhythm going. It's difficult. Obviously, that's just part of the situation. But now we've had a full offseason with one guy, and you can really build upon things and kind of try some things out. And, we've been experimenting with things, whether it's been just in our private setting or even in practice and things like that. And now we've been able to apply it, in a training camp setting and soon here in preseason games.
Your talent and potential has been evident since college. For you personally, what do you think it'll take for you to be able to ascend into that top tier of NFL tight ends, or do you believe you're there?
Yeah, I think just progressing every day. It's just taking a step every day, knowing what I'm doing in this offense and establishing myself with the coaches here and obviously with Justin. That's my main thing, and doing that every day. And I think I can get to where I want to go if I stay to that and keep progressing.
Are they statistical or tangible, or are they less tangible things?
Yeah, I don't. The statistic thing is like you can obviously you point at that for some things, but I think for me, I'll know with my communication with coaches and Justin, like that's the main thing there.
Well, to that end, it seems like in their first years there's been an emphasis by you and your coaches to be a blocker, to really work on the blocking part of your game.
Yeah.
How much are you anticipating kind of a payoff now in this offense, for that aspect of your game?
Yeah, I think I've been clear about this. I've always loved playing the true Y style as a tight end, and to be able to, with Ryan here, it's been really, really helpful for me in the run game so far. I kind of learned some new techniques from him. And then really truly using that for the pass game, I think can be really beneficial, especially in this scheme.
How would you evaluate the way that you guys have kind of gained knowledge of the new offense and where you're at, how far maybe you need to go, and what's the comfort level with it?
Well, I think we're getting more comfortable each day. I think we still got a long way to go, if I'm being honest, and that's not a bad thing. That's just where we're at, and we got a whole training camp ahead of us to get this thing right and to get things rolling. But we got a lot of work to do, but guys are willing to get this work in and willing to come every day and just get better each and every day, and being on their stuff, knowing what they're doing, and just executing in practice. So that's the main thing.
You talked about the culture that Coach Eberflus is setting. How has he gone about kind of establishing that on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, you got to come in shape. They're not long practices, I would say, but they're fast and they're moving. You're tired by the end of them, and so guys came in shape, and that was cool to see. So his culture is. I think it's been a great change up for all of us here, and I think everyone's been buying in so far.
Looks at a lot of things through the effort-based, hustle-based
Yeah.
lens a lot of times, and obviously his background is all watching defensive players finish. Are you guys feeling it offensively, the added focus on speed, intensity, finish, all those things?
Yeah, that's absolutely been an emphasis, and you hear that, not only from Coach Getsy, but from our position coaches. So that's definitely a trickle-down effect that you're feeling from everybody, and we start every meeting off with that. It's all about finish. That's a point of emphasis for sure.
Well, what's the difference in general between playing for a head coach who has an offensive background and one who has a defensive background?
Man, that's a good question. I think the defensive guy, so like my dad's a defensive guy, a little more just like gritty and nasty, maybe from like just at the core, more about like the finish and all those things and effort-based stuff. And offense, they're a little more in the schematics, which I enjoy, but there's also an element of football where you got to be tough, gritty, and all those things. And I think you really see that from Coach Eberflus.
You were saying that the offense has a ways to go. Are you hoping to get a lot of reps in the preseason games? Is that how you like
Yeah,
it?
well, I hope that we get quality and good reps. Yeah, I mean, we're going to let the coaches, we'll see how they want to do it, but I'm willing to do whatever they tell us to do in order to, what they feel like we need to do to get ready for week 1.
With the emphasis on the run game and run blocking, what are the challenges with so many moving parts on the offensive line and trying to get that settled? Obviously, you'll be playing next to one of those guys. How soon would you like to get that worked out?
Well, I mean, we're working with everybody right now in our drill work, so we're going to get comfortable with everybody. And, whenever they want to figure that out, they'll figure that out, and as tight ends, we'll adjust to that. But they're teaching everybody the same thing. So if whoever's going to be the best at what they're teaching, they're going to play, and that's how it's going to happen.